Morning, morning.
Morning, mate. How we going?
Yeah, good yourself.
Yeah, mate. Not bad, thank you.
Good, good.
Good, mate.
You caught a trade this morning?
Nah, mate. I was tempted. I had the same idea as Wilksy though, because
Oh
I
yeah,
saw the retest at the start of the new hour.
yeah.
Because I really liked how the pre-London 1 hour closed below the support.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I was a fan, but there was no like decent higher time frame resistance or anything. It was just a big move, so
Yeah,
I stayed out. But maybe on the 5 minute, but I'm not going to get into that. So.
yeah. I think this would have been. I think, I think this would have been a good idea for an impulse entry. So, you see how we had this support created in the Asian session, as this candle, was creating its top wick and broke the low. It had clean traffic to the left hand side, so it did really make sense, for this candle to continue down. So I think that was a pretty good thing. But yeah, I was asleep, so otherwise I would have been in
Ah, shit, man.
I would have been in sales myself. Yeah, when I
No,
woke
no.
up, oh morning mate. Yeah, when I woke up, price was just coming down. Looks like them Asian session buys played out as well. Happened very late. Morning. Caught those sales running. Nice. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, so we're going to do some fresh analysis here in a minute. Do some fresh analysis. Check out what gold did. Gold just raged. Euro JPY buys for the Asian session also played out, it does seem. Euro JPY continuing down. So let's just look at the daily real quick on GJ right now. So yeah, I mean, if this daily candle flips, like I was saying, looks like it's done a retest of this level. So I mean, I think at this point it should be good to continue moving down, fill the daily wick. It's gonna be pretty good if it can do that. Let's check out the Footsie. So Footsie daily candle's done the same thing. Let's look at the 30-minute. So the 30-minute is bullish. So we'll do some fresh analysis. Just wait for a few more people to join.
I've really checked out Footsie, mate, but the actual price action looks pretty neat. I quite like it.
Yeah, no, it can.
Looks pretty smooth, yeah.
Yeah, it needs to trend. When it trends, it's nice.
Yep.
But yeah, just trying to use the two in correlation. See what we can do. Morning. But yeah, looks like I just wanted to dump. I think there was a few opportunities for sales because, coming into pre-London, we wasn't respecting these areas as support. So when candles are just breaking support, there's just a much higher chance they're going to just keep pushing through these zones. But now
that was the reason why. Yeah. That's the reason why I got in, because it just wasn't holding support. Got back on a retest and then just dumped.
Nice. Where was your entry?
Let me have a look. 135,640. So right at the top of that wick.
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Neat.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, that's impressive. So pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, let's break down GJ now because we don't want to delay. So looking at the daily time frame on GDP JPY, we can see that, you know, the previous daily candle, it broke below the support at 135.890, and then the current daily candle, you know, it's come up and it's done like a retest, and it's starting to come down. So essentially we want to be, you know, looking for some form of resistance to form, you know, for price to continue moving down on the smaller time frames. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, even the 4 hour has done a perfect break. It's come up to do a retest. And like I said, if, you know, I don't know if anybody watched the Asian session last night, but I was talking about the fact that if we wake up and we see a rejection in this area in the 4 hour, then there's a much higher chance, you know, this low 134.950 is going to get retested. So I think over here it looks like we're going to have some areas of issue for the next 4 hour candle, you know, to continue moving down. If we go to the 1 hour time frame, and if we go to the 1 hour, we just removed this and neaten it up. We did actually come up to retest this area where I wanted to see a rejection. So 135.940. We created a resistance on the 1 hour time frame, and now we're approaching this 1 hour support. So I think, you know, to take a sell, I want to see a break below the support at 135.420, and then we have a clean range coming down to retest the low, which is like 30 pips at 135.70. But even I'm just gonna go with this for the minute, just down over here, because this is the actual low that was created. So when we go to the 30 minute, now we can just seek to neaten this up a little bit and just say that we have clean candles coming down to around 135. 135 is a key level, a very key psychological level. You know, this is something that I've learned over a long period of time with GJ. And is that, you know, 135, 136, 137, 137,500, 136,500. These are key price levels. These are key psychological levels as well. So, I mean, you know, these are the prices that is most likely to fall to. Oh, sorry. I did not wake up that long ago. I need a cup of tea soon. So, yeah. Waiting for this support to break, 134.420. Obviously, this was the support from yesterday's Asian session and London close. So once we break this support, you know, it either boils down to waiting for a low to be created, some form of minor resistance to continue down. Because if we look at the 30 minute, we've just been falling again, like 50 pips, no retracement. So we'll have to see. And another thing as well is that when I woke up, I was thinking, okay, well, if this, let's say, because this candle when I woke up was bullish, if I was like, okay, if this candle closes like a weak bullish, I can take the break of the low on the next candle to continue down. But right now, I think if we can get like a weak bullish close over here, and then, you know, the next one breaks the low, then there could be that, you know, surge of volume to continue down. So that's something we're gonna look at here. But right now it's waiting time. But for buys, let's go to the 15 minute. I mean, it's pretty hard for buys, right? Because if we look, we've now created this just clean pathway of bearish candles. But at the same time, I mean, I'd say like this area right here is going to be good. You know, close back above this area, because price did kind of break down, close below this zone, and then did like a retest. So this is somewhat of a strong, you know, sort of area. So I think a buys back above this area is going to be better, but I don't see us coming back up. I'm going to be just looking for sells as of now until something changes. So I don't like any impulsive sell right over here right now, because, you know, we do have a support. Over here, it's different because okay, over here, I'll tell you why the sell was good over here. Is because candles were creating support. So here was a support, here was a support, and here was the support. So we're in a bullish uptrend. Now, the minute this first support was broken, there was a change in market sentiment. You know, we know we're coming into London volume. So with that, I think the ultimate sell would have been around this area right here. Stop would have been pretty big. But, I mean, those who caught sells here was also great. But this was the ideal, right? Because it first broke that bullish market structure. So now we're at a key support level. So it's just a waiting game, you know. And plus, I'm not going to take an impulse entry right now. You know, I'm going to really stay disciplined. Thursday's probably going to be my last actual trading day, you know, because Friday we always like to take it easy, not really actually look for something. It's more if something happens that's solid, then, you know, we execute. But, you know, Thursday is the last day that you can, you know, really go, you know, most normal risk and things like that. So just gonna have to wait for this candle to close. I mean, we haven't even had a bullish 15-minute candle, so maybe it's going to be a case of just waiting for that minor resistance. It's going to just give us that stronger confirmation, and then we can take a nice, easy sell this morning, and we're going to call, or I'm going to call it a week there, and then tomorrow it's just going to be a nice, easy day. So, you know, if we missed a move, we missed a move. I'm already up a lot for the week, so there's no stress. You know, there's no rush, there's no anything. Just waiting to see what happens. But I will say this, the fact that the 15-minute hasn't even created one bullish candle is going to make me skeptic to sell right over here. You know, we're going to want to maybe see some form of minor resistance formed for price to continue down. It's going to be better. It's going to be much better. So let's wait for this. Wait for this 30-minute candle to close, and then we can assess the situation from there. I'm going to let my runner work. I'm going to wait for the New York open volume to see what the market shows for possibly another entry. Yeah, I think pre-New York should give us another push. But, I mean, we still have volume now. So, just waiting for some form of minor resistance. You know, whether that be, you know, the 30-minute candle closed below, the next one's coming up, closes very weak. We can just, yeah, we're gonna look at that. But let's focus on the 30-minute right now. So while I'm waiting for GJ, we've got like 15 minutes here. If it runs, I mean, that is what it is. You know, it just, we can't, you know, these impulse entries are risky entries, you know. And for your first trade of the morning, when you've missed this, the last thing I want to do is be getting that FOMO, trying to catch this move. So really got to wait, stick to your guns, stick to your plan. It's really, really important. Now, let's check out Euro JPY, and then we're going to move on to the Footsie. So, let's go to the daily time frame. Daily also did a retest, spoke about that yesterday. So, I think at this point, you know, Euro JPY should continue moving down to this next support area. This was the area at which, on the 15th of July, you know, price pushed up from. So, okay, so when we look at where's price coming down, right, as price is coming down, we're looking left, and we're seeing, okay, well, this was the point at which, you know, a high was created, a support was formed for some further push. So this is a strong buy area, 121, 850, 121, 800. Now, if we go on the 4-hour time frame, Euro JPY done the same thing. It's created a resistance to continue down. It's trying to retest this low that was created yesterday. Looking on the 1-hour time frame. So, yeah, exactly. We created a resistance up over here, rejected this area. We broke below this support on the 1-hour time frame. Not much of a retest, but it is continuing down to retest this support. Okay, so when we look on the 1-hour time frame and we're looking left to see, you know, where can price continue down to. Yeah, so this is our zone that we were talking about on the daily. But we do have this area right over here, which is going to probably cause us some issue. But we do have a clean candle, right? We see this from the 17th of July. We have a clean 1-hour candle. So when we go back, okay, we want to measure this range from based on the 1-hour time frame. And this is like a 30 pip range. So definitely a tradable range for Euro JPY. Looking on the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, so we need to, again, it's a similar setup to GJ. We need a minor, this support to break and some form of minor resistance, because you can see it's just been pushing bearish. If we look on the 15-minute, we haven't really had much of a bullish candle yet, so gonna need to wait for a break of this support. And then if we go back left, we can get more information based on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, and we see these clean moves, right? We see these clean moves, and we can even now start to neaten this up a little bit more and say this is our zone, or maybe even down over here, because we can see, we wicked into this area. This was a previous support, and this is a strong level. So I'm just going to go with this zone right over here. Okay, so if we go back, now what we do is, again, we just measure this range, and it's probably going to be a little bit bigger, 35 pips. So a very good range to take a sell. So we looked at that. GJ it did come down, do a little retracement. Euro JPY. I think for buys though, a close back above 122, 500, 520. That's going to be the opportunity for buys, because then it would have violated this structure and it would close back above this support to continue up. So that's something we're going to look at, but I don't see it doing that. Let's look at the Footsie right now. Okay, let's start off with the daily. So daily is bear. The previous daily candle was bearish. We know that we now have reached all-time lows, but we do have this whole zone, just as an example, to retest, right? This whole zone may need to get retested for the Footsie to continue down, because this is obviously like a liquidity area since the market's been able to trade. So we're going to look at, maybe it's going to come up a little bit and then start to take a dive. But, maybe this daily candle will just flip and then come down through this wick and maybe create even a new low. So if we go to the 4 hour, we're going to have a lot more information. So the 4 hours created a low down over here at 55.40. And then we had this previous support from yesterday where price failed to do a retracement to make some resistance. So maybe price needs to come up, create some resistance to continue moving down. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. Looking at the 1 hour, so the 1 hour candle is trying to close above this resistance over here. So we can see we're ranging from London close right the way through to the Asian session. And what we can see is the 1 hour candle is starting to come up. So that if we look left on the 1 hour, we see we have these clean candles to left hand side coming up to this resistance, right? This resistance. But at the same time, we maybe want to be a bit more conservative and say, okay, well, we never really formed a resistance below this support. So maybe price needs to do something like that to continue down. Let's go to the 30-minute, get some more information. So looking on the 30-minute time frame, we are at this minor resistance right over here. I mean, this was the resistance on the 1 hour, but it did like a little fake out here. But at the same time, looking at the Footsie, it's very hard. So we always want to maybe be a bit more cautious and say, okay, well, we need to close above this resistance here, ideally for price to continue up. I think, this area is going to be a good first target. We never really created a resistance over here, so we're going to measure this, but we could reject from these areas and then start to come back down below this zone later on in the day, something that I've seen happen a few times now. So let's move this up a little bit. Okay, so yeah, but ideally, if price is going to break down, you'd want to see maybe a break back below what's that price, 55.44.7. So I think that's going to be a good idea for some further sells, but we will keep an eye on that. What's GJ doing? GJ is just coming down over here. It's got 8 minutes left to close. Looking at the 15-minute, the 15-minute candle closed below. So I mean, what I'd like to see is if we can start to see a minor resistance form below at this area now. This is going to be pretty good. Not going to take a sell right now. I'm not like, I'm happy to completely miss this move. It's been dropping a while. Definitely don't want to get caught selling over here, and then we do get that retracement and we're just sitting in drawdown. That's the worst thing that I want to do. So we'll just wait for this 30-minute candle to close, and then we'll assess if we can create some form of minor resistance for price to continue moving down. Let's check out gold. What's going on, Andy? Use the control button and mouse toggle. No idea what that is. No idea. So looking on gold, let's do some fresh analysis. So the current daily candle unit has already created some form of top wick. Now looking on gold, if this was like a 30-minute, I would just say maybe gold's just going to come down, break the low of the previous daily candle and continue moving down. You know, it sometimes it just doesn't respect supports. It just kind of closes at support and then just continues to drop. And it gets very hard to get an entry. So I think if we looked at it from that perspective, gold should continue down. Looking at the 4 hour, it does look like the 4 hour is trying to create some minor resistance up over here. And it also looks like, you know, it's approaching a support. So it need to break the support 1876, 400, 500 for, you know, price to continue down, fill this wick, and then, you know, eventually oh, we got a subscriber. Thank you very much, Sab Media. And then we have these clean 4 hour candles coming down to 1850. So looking on the 1 hour time frame, on the 1 hour time frame on gold, yeah, we are coming to a support level on the 1 hour, and then we have this resistance right over here. So we can see the 1 hour is just ranging. This was the low that was created from yesterday. So, you know, at this point, you know, once we break the support, we have clean candle to retest the low. Let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, so essentially we're just waiting for this support to break at 1876, 300 or 1876. We got another subscriber. Thank you, Ignacio. Appreciate it. So yeah, so we're just gonna need to wait for this support to break, and then we have a clean candle to left hand side. If we measure this range on gold, this is a 65 pip range, so pretty big range. Definitely good to take a trade, but we always have to look for, you know, the opposite trade as well. So where's the point we look at buys? Well, if we break above 1883 700, then I mean, if you look on the 30-minute, we have some clean candles. So let's go to the 15-minute, see if there's any areas of issue. Not really, but I suppose this area was the point at which we generated some more liquidity to continue down. So I would say that this is probably going to be a good first conservative target, just to be a little bit safer. So yeah, we do have our targets there for gold. So we'll see how that plays out. You know, see if we can break below the support. Going back to GJ is just taking a dive right now. Just doesn't.
Should have left the runner.
Yeah,
I didn't
man.
leave one.
Yeah, man. Well, can't say should, I suppose, but
yeah,
just waiting for the low to be created at this point, you know, because it's just been all bearish. So I know there's people there that are gonna be like, man, I want to take a sell, but honestly, you know, I say this all the time: just be patient, you know, because you don't want to be getting caught selling over here when, like I say, it's already dropped 50 pips. So you need to wait for some low to be created, minor resistance, and then for price to continue moving down. So as long as this 30-minute closes below, then at that point I'm like, okay, cool. Let's just wait for a minor resistance, and then we can take a nice easy sell, right? You know, so if this 15-minute candle closes like a weak bullish, you know, and then we start to see either a bearish 15-minute or the next candle start to break the low, you know, then at least we can expect a further push, you know. But right now we haven't even created that low. So we've got 4 minutes. Done for the session. Just popping in to say what's up. Yeah, no worries, mate. US 30 sales were good at London Open. Oh yeah, let's check out US 30. US 30. Oh, nice. So I presume you would have read this candle right here. Yeah, nice. So the Dow is down actually, but Footsie's bullish. Well, pre-London actually pushed the FTSE down, and then it started to come back up. But yeah, maybe it's just gonna oh yeah, because it's rejecting this area now on the 30-minute, so it is coming back down. I'd even go now at this point that once it breaks below this support, because this is our most recent support since London Open or pre-London. So I think once it breaks this support, it's going to be good to actually just continue down and fill this range. So we'll keep an eye on that. I was originally looking for gold buys from 1884, but it pulled back. 1884. Oh, I think you mean above. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's got clean candles, but I don't know. I think once we break the support 1876 440, I think it's gonna continue down. Because if we look at the daily, we look at the higher time frames, it just, yeah. I mean, if you look at the monthly, even the monthly's bearish. It's got this wick to fill down over here, exactly at our target area. If we go to the weekly, weekly's got the support to come down to, you know, maybe 1862 250, which is still gonna be not that far away to go. Daily just needs to flip, fill the wick, and then it should continue down. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if we get down over here, that's gonna be wow. If we can catch some gold sales today, that's gonna be pretty good. But we haven't got long here left for GJ to close. We've got 2 minutes. The candle is closing below support, which is obviously a good sign so far. So yeah, it's going to be good if we can, you know, create some minor resistance right over here. And then we can look for some nice easy sells, you know, nothing rushed. So I'd probably like to see a bearish candle in my direction. But we'll see. Because this 30-minute does still need to close below first for me to want to execute on any sells anyway. So hopefully it can close below 135.405. Looks like it's rejecting this area now. You know, maybe what it's gonna do is it's gonna pull back to maybe even 135.600, create some resistance over here, and then continue moving down. You know, maybe that's what's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna wait for that, because price is bearish, so there's no looking for buys. You know, even if we get one bullish candle, people are gonna be like, yeah, let's take a buy, but I'm just like, nah. You know, price is bearish, trend is bearish. I wait for resistance. So it doesn't look like the 30 minutes gonna close below this area. 15 minutes coming back up in the range. So yeah, no sells as of yet. So still some waiting involved. I was in and out of gold pretty fast when it started slipping. Yeah, man, gold is tough. Gold is super tough. But yeah, probably gonna go make a drink soon if this candle doesn't close below, because then there's no sells for me yet. Anyway, yeah, so the 30-minute is closed at support, so it hasn't broken support. If we look at the 15-minute closed bullish. But here's the thing, I still think though, if the next 15-minute can close bearish, you know, something like that, then it still can continue moving down. So it just may be a case of just needing to wait for that further confirmation. But I mean, I'd like a retracement to 135.600 ideally, because then we do have this low created, and then there's a much higher chance to retest the low, which is like a 23, 25 pip range, you know. And then if we break the low and continue down, then it's going to be a good day here today. But we must go on, mate. What's that, Will?
No, mate, I don't think it was me, mate. Mine was on mute. So.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, it wasn't me. I don't know if you can hear me properly.
Yeah, you sound a little bit far away, but I can hear you. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. How you doing, Sergio? You alright?
Good. You?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Just waiting on some potential GJ sells, and then hopefully we can have a good day here today. I think let's get some music on. Let's get some music over here. Similar setup from GU. Yeah, let's check out GU. Yeah, GU needs to break below this support right here, and then GU should continue moving down. What's the pip difference on GU? I've never really looked at it. Oh, wow, that's quite a big range. What's this range? It's pretty good. Pretty good. So yeah, no sells right now, no buys, you know. So just waiting. Okay, let's get some music on. Yeah, I don't want no cat. Yesterday there was some right bangers being played. Okay, so looking at Euro JPY though, Euro JPY has closed below this support. But if we look on Euro JPY again, look, it's just been pushing bearish for quite some time. So it gets to the point now where maybe it's going to be better to wait for a minor resistance, you know. But I mean, it can still continue moving down. I think if people are in sells on Euro JPY, you know, you're expecting the previous 30-minute candle high to be respected. And then at that point, if candles are closing against you but below this level, you can manage the risk, you know. As long as your stop loss is above this candle, I think you're going to be good. But yeah, Euro JPY is good to continue down. We have that clean traffic to the left-hand side. So yeah, just need to see it respect this area. But yeah,
Looks like the Japanese yen is very strong again today.
Yeah, I think it's partly that. I think it's partly GDP weakness. So have we got any news here today? Let's check out. So we had JPY news last night. So that was monetary policy statement. We do actually have some GDP news at 10:30, but I think it's going to be good. Let's see if there's any. Yep, see you later, Andy. Get some rest, my friend. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so there was some Brexit news. Plea to avoid devastating no deal as UK car industry sees worst September in 25 years. Ooh, wow. So maybe that's why pound is bearish. Some bad Brexit news. Apart from that, don't really see. Oh, let's look at this. So this was an article from the Bank of Japan. So saying economy is likely to follow an improving trend, resuming impact COVID-19. Steady growth. Yeah, I don't know. Not really much there, but I don't want to read into it too much. We got GJ to wait on. So I think like a bearish 15-minute back below this area is going to be good. You know, for price to continue down and get stop loss, it's going to be good. So we'll see if we can get that continuation. Checking out Euro JPY. Yeah, should continue down. Dollar index quite strong. Don't look at the dollar index, but it's pretty good. So if the dollar index is strong, that must mean gold is bullish. No, that must mean gold is bearish, sorry. What am I saying, bullish? Yeah, that makes sense, because gold has been bullish since pre-London. Bearish. Sorry. Okay, looking at the Footise, looks like it's trying to break up again. But I'll be very cautious because it rejected this area. Just look at the Dow. We haven't broke down the Dow yet. Let's do that. So looking at the US 30, the daily candle closed below this support right over here at 26,836. Looks like it's doing some form of retest. If it does continue down, you know, we have clean candles to this next support, and then we have this next liquidity area right over here. So I mean, if it does continue down, I think it should be good to this area, 26,400. Looking at the 4 hour. So if we look at the 4 hour, it has created a resistance, and we do have this low right over here on US30. So I think there's a very high chance, you know, it's going to continue down to retest the low. Looking at the 1 hour. Looking at the 1 hour time frame. Let's look left for our zone over here, because we want to neaten this up. So yeah, we have a support down over here. We have clean candles to the left. So let's go back. Let's go back. So yeah, we can see that this was the low that was created from yesterday. And if we go to the 30-minute, yeah, looks like it's trying to create some support, but we do have this area right over here. You know, this is a strong area, so I think we need a break back below 26,656 for the Dow to continue down, because it looks like it's reacted to this area, you know, around London, pre-London, tapped into this previous resistance, previous support, now starting to reject. So yeah, we need some form of break below this area for the Dow to continue down. If we neaten up this zone as well, yeah, we're gonna go with this previous support. Looks like it did a fake out over here, and then to continue down. So just a bit more weighting involved. Euro JPY coming back up in the range. So this is why sometimes it is better for like a minor resistance to be formed. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. So looking at GJ's broken the high of the previous 30-minute candle. So maybe it's going to need to reject around 135,600. And then we can look for some more sells at this point, you know, around this area. So we will see. Or a break back below 135. Oh, 135,400 is going to be good as well, you know. A break of this support is also going to be good, because we did just respect it, and we have a low created now. You know, we have a low created, so you know we can anticipate that new low to be created. So remember, guys,
the 4 hours. The 4 hours is making the top wick, I think.
Yeah, maybe. It may even do, you know, this could be a liquidity grab, come up, tap into some form of area, you know, this previous zone, and then we close very weak, something like that, you know, because then we'll have like a 15-minute, you know, come and retrace this 15-minute candle, and then I think we're going to be looking for some more sells. Do you trade retracements like this on GJ? No, I'm not going to take a buy. I'm looking for sells at the moment. So yeah, just a reminder, guys, remember 1k subscribers will be doing a Magic Keys giveaway, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel to enter yourself in to that. Also a reminder that the mentorship will be closed from Saturday, so you've got 2 days left to get yourself in the group, get on the Zoom calls with us every morning, trading live in real time. So yeah, I just have to remind people, because I know the untold messages I'm gonna get to say, oh, I never knew. I just yeah, I mean, people ask me questions that are so straightforward now, like, you know, what's your website? And I'm like, you know, I post it every day on the post, right at the bottom. It's in the bio. It's, yeah, I still get asked these things, so just making it as clear as possible, you know.
So, mate, for buys, not that I'm thinking of buys, because I still got my bearish bias, but you're looking for a break above and close above 135, 650 ish, hey? And
Yeah, 135,
and then
600.
a retest. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be good, because I mean, if we do correct some of this move, it is possible, but I think this is more just a pullback, you know. So I'm looking at this area just because this was a previous support, and you know, we may need to. So here's the thing, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, this was a support from the Asian session. We broke that support, so either we're gonna, you know, reject this area, create a resistance to continue down to retest the low, or if we start closing back above and I see a support form. Because here's the thing, if it's counter trend, you know, because the trend is bearish, I'm gonna want to be safer, and I'm gonna want to say, okay, well, this was the low, and then if price can come up, create, you know, like a high, create some support, I'm gonna get a much more confident trade to take a buy, you know, rather than just a close above and then expecting price to continue up. I want to see a support for that to happen, you know. So for buys, I want to see a support form back above 135, 600. But I'm not sure we're going to do that. I think this was just a retracement liquidity grab for some, like Kelsey was saying, I think this could just be the 4 hour, creating some top wick, you know, generating some more liquidity to push us further down, because, you know, like I say, we've dropped quite a lot, and what retracements really are is just more liquidity being generated for price to continue further down, you know. So it doesn't always have to be like, okay, let's say this was the bullish move, here's your retracement, more liquidity pushed up. It's almost like it doesn't just have to be a whole pullback, you know. It can just be one candle and then, you know, we start to drop again. So
it was a really quick push today. Well, it literally took 10 minutes for me, so that makes sense.
Yeah. What is included in the mentorship? I'll say this once, just because I don't particularly like coming on here to, like, you know, advertise myself. I mean, if you want to check out the website, it's on the screen. But what you get is you get to obviously come on the Zoom with us. You get full market breakdowns every day. You get trade breakdowns, written trade breakdowns every day. You have access to 30 plus educational webinars. You have access to, you know, obviously all the traders in the group. There's simulation sessions pre-recorded. There's weekly analysis videos, pre-Asian session analysis videos. There's so much stuff for you to learn from. But more information obviously on the website. How much is the mentor group? $250 for lifetime access, £250. You know, where you think about it, like, you know, I was sitting there last night, right, and I was looking at what some of these people are charging for courses, like $2,000, $3,000, and it's for crap, you know. It's for stuff that they sell, that you can get free, you know, off the internet. Like, it's real, there's no value to it, and they charge so much, and I only charge $250, and, you know, I'm sure people in the group can tell you the value in there. You know, you get constant analysis, breakdowns, weekly breakdowns from the monthly right the way down to the smaller time frames, and this is every day. You know, at the end of every trading day, you get a market breakdown, which is where we go through all the pairs, see how we could have caught the move, you know, really dive deep into you know, what happened. So there's plenty of stuff. RIP to sellers. Yep, yeah, people was in sells over here with an impulse, would have been stopped out. I have two questions. Do you believe in third touch trend line retracements? Also, do you use fib levels? I don't believe in either of those. I don't use fibs. I've never been a fan of them. Never really was interested to learn about them. Same with the trend line retracements. Not really sure. Like, obviously I can understand what it is, but yeah, I don't really believe in that. I just believe in candles, you know, price action. You know, the candles are going to tell you where the next candle's going to go, you know. So yeah, I don't really believe in the trend line. I think the trend lines are there for, like, visual confirmation. You know, I see a trend line like, okay, this is how I would see it. So I would say, okay, we can draw a trend line right here, and we can draw a trend line right here, right? and all that is for me is just visual representation that we're in this, you know, current market structure, and that we would need a break of this market structure at, okay, let's put it like this. So we're looking for sales, right? So we can see that it tapped, okay, into a support in line with this trend line. So all that tells me is that once we break this level, we're going to continue down. But then do I need that trend line? Because I already know that, because we're at a support. So I'm just waiting for the support to break, you know? So we had this big bearish move. We're now seeing this retracement, this upside retracement. And then once we break this support, we're heading downtown. But I mean, that's up to you if you want to use trend line, you know? What I don't like is people will say, this is why I don't like trend lines, is people will say, okay, well, we've tapped into the bottom of the trend line, we should retest the high of the trend line. That I don't like, you know, because you don't know that's going to happen. But yeah. How many people got it? They've got 55 people. So welcome anybody who's new to the group, to the YouTube, sorry. So Euro JPY, you know, it's respecting the high of the 30-minute, but you know, you need it to close below this area for some valid sells. So yeah, you need this 15-minute to, you know, close bearish, close back below this area. Gold also just, I think gold's just ranging at this point. I was wondering, I know you will say we shouldn't compare your course with Raja's, but for clarity, is your strategy based on Raja's or your own style of trading altogether? I mean, obviously we trade very similar, but I found my own style just through mistakes. You know, I just kept reviewing my own performance, and it's just led me to the way that I trade, you know, and that's kind of just how it happens naturally, you know. So yeah. Plus we trade, you know, we trade different sessions. Like I trade a London session now, bit you know, a little bit of pre-New York, but I just read the candles, you know. I just that's it. It's just as simple as that. But yeah,
hey, can I send you?
Sorry,
mate. No, mate, you carry on.
No, I was just gonna say, obviously, you know, I don't like the webinars that I do. It's not like I don't say it's like a, well, it is a course in a sense, but the webinars are there just to give people clarification on specific things, you know, that I look at, what I do, and just overall. So whether it would be impulse entries, how I manage risk, you know, all these things that are all there in webinars. But yeah, I just think that for me, I found my own style just through mistakes, you know. Like, I can't stress this enough, reviewing performance every day is what's going to lead to, you know, success. So the things that I was finding out that I was missing a lot of the time was just purely, you know, looking at moves, and I was like, well, how could I have caught this move? You know, and when you do that, you find your own way that you could have entered into the market. You know, no one's there to tell me how I could enter in. It's me that's taking the time to, you know, see how I could have entered, you know, and then you just execute based on that. Because I'm not going to have confidence in someone else's analysis, you know. That's what it boils down to. You have to have confidence in your own analysis. So that's why I know as soon as I come to the charts, I already know what I'm looking for, because I've seen it happen. I've been watching this, you know, I've been trading now for like 3 years, you know, so I already know what I want to see happen. Yeah, sorry, Will, go for it.
No, mate, all I was going to say is, so I'm focusing on these 3 hours, pure, like, because it works with work, and it works, I guess, with you being on with this.
Yeah.
So I'm making a new journal, not just of trades, but with like a review after each like time I trade. Like I trade from your time pre-London to for 3 hours.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I'm trying to think what time be with you, but yes, 7. So can I send you a link in the Zoom? Is that all right? And can I just give you the whole link? or do I have to give you like the short link, just like I do with on the YouTube?
Oh, is it? If you got a chart, you want me to?
Kind of, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
a chart,
sure.
but it's pretty much is a chart. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Send it in the Zoom. Send it in the Zoom chat.
So just hang on, mate, sorry. So that it's not so much chart, it's just going through what happened while I was at the charts, so I can, keep on going back and learning.
Yeah, sure. Let's check this out. So
yeah, that's what I seem to do as well. I go back at the end of the day and just see where I could have got in and stuff like that. It does really help.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might start doing it more.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check this out. So saw initial push to the downside on the first 15 minute of open, which indicated to me a possible recent higher low could have been formed and more upside potential. Yeah, so okay, and then candle started to break down. Price fell so strongly straight below price support. Minor support was created with a 15-minute close below, presenting a nice opportunity. Price has. Yeah, so I mean, this move was pretty tough to catch. Like, if we look at most big pushes, we never really see circumstances where we're seeing candles close with barely any wick and just printing bearish, so it did get pretty tough, and I would say that where we took the sell was the best time to sell, because all over here was just so difficult. And then while we did this, when we got this retracement, and then we see the candles closing very weak bullish, and then we get a strong bearish candle close back again, that's a really good indication, that sellers are going to start coming back into the market. So I think this overall was the best point to sell. I think if you was going to catch this move when this 15-minute candle closed below, that's up to you to kind of expect price to continue. But I would just say that is gonna happen less often. Like, this is gonna be a lot harder to catch, let's say next time, because when candles are closing no wick to the bottom, usually it's gonna do a retracement, form some resistance to continue down. So these moves are pretty hard, but I would just take away from this is the best area, right? And then when you get the next bearish push, you just want to look again, okay, what was the candle structure on that? And usually what we'll find is, it will create some low like it did, say over here, do a retracement, form some resistance, and then continue down. So that's the ideal setup, but it just didn't present. It didn't present yesterday. So yesterday was hard, right? Yesterday was pretty hard. We waited a long time for those sells. We missed a lot of that move, but then this was the perfect indication for some more sells. So I was happy with taking the sell here, because that was the point at which I knew and felt confident in taking a sell. I wouldn't have felt confident being in sells over here to start the day. But yeah, you can always just post your charts in the Discord, or send them to me privately on Discord, whatever, mate, whatever you want to do. But yeah, I would definitely recommend journaling trades.
Yeah, sounds good, mate.
Journaling every day, even if you just look at how you could have caught that move, even if you missed a move, where you would have entered, where you would have kept stop loss, how you would have managed the risk. You do that every day, man, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time, trust me.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, no worries. Sometimes listening to the live conflicts a bit with your analysis. You don't follow your view and miss the trade. Sometimes I prefer to listen to the replay while doing simulation for learning. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we have different analysis, it doesn't mean you're wrong. It doesn't mean I'm right. It just means we see things differently, and you just have to focus on what you're doing. Obviously, if you're looking for buys and I'm looking for sells, don't then say, well, he's looking for sells, so I'm wrong. That's not true. It doesn't work like that. If you just stick to your own game and you was wrong, you're gonna learn why you was wrong, but if you was right, you're also gonna see why you was right, and you're gonna be like, oh well, I was right and HFX was wrong. So that's gonna give you confidence, and then it's for me to say, okay, well, how could I have caught the winning trade? So yeah, I'm not always right. What's going on, Paul? I'll send you the Zoom link. Just get him on. Yeah, so it looks like GJ is doing quite a big retracement, but I mean, yeah, no buys for me yet, no sells. Yeah, only look for buys if we create a support above 136. Sorry, 135, 600. Okay, so looks like the Footsie's breaking up, and so is GJ. GCAD also breaking up, but there was just no confirmation for that. What's going on, Paul?
Yo.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. EJ setting up nicely, possible impulse entry. Yeah, let's check out EJ. Okay, yeah, nice. So now that the 30-minute candle is closing very weak, you know, if it closes like a weak bullish, yeah, I would agree there's opportunity for some impulse. But let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, see, the 15-minute is trying to create a minor resistance. So yeah, definitely looks good to continue down. Yeah, I think sometimes it's better if the candle closes weak bullish, but when it closes like a weak bearish, sometimes it does, you know, start to come back up and then consolidate a little bit. So I mean, ideally we want this candle to, you know, to close below this minor support, but we'll see. So GJ is trying to break up over here, but I'm just, yeah, no, I'm not going to be taking any buys as of yet.
It pushed up right to where we talked about yesterday, like exactly on the dot.
Oh, what, in the Asian session?
Yeah, that if you look left on the 30-minute,
Yeah,
that's exactly what we had marked.
yeah, it did.
Yep.
It kind of had that push, and then this candle was like the retracement, and then once the candle, you know, came up, broke the high, just ran. But I felt I was asleep by that point.
I was really hoping this 15 would close bearish, but maybe the next one.
What, on GJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. We will see. Yeah, just
Well,
wait and
trying.
see. Yeah, got 30 seconds. So let's look at EJ. EJ is closing below this area, so I think EJ looks good to continue down. But I'm not going to be executing on EJ, just GJ today. Man, I need a drink. You know when you haven't had a drink like since you woke up, you got that like, just like dry mouth. Got that right now.
You need some tea.
Hey, Paul.
Yo.
What time is it for you over there?
4:30.
In the morning?
Yep.
Oh,
That is that's savage.
passion.
Yeah, that is passion.
I haven't slept yet.
Yeah, slept. Oh, you're coming like me 6 months ago. No sleep.
Oh, I'll sleep. I got an hour and a half left on the charts, and then I'm going to bed. Trade or no trade. Then I'll get up around noon.
Yeah, looks like Euro JPY is going to continue moving down over here. So it did respect the high of the previous 30-minute, which obviously was important for price to continue down. It's rejected this area, so I think it should be good now to continue down. It created that minor resistance. So I think, yeah. So it looks like GJ closed right at 135,600. I would even say at this point, right, you know, if the candle can break the low of the previous 15-minute, we have a clean candle to the left-hand side, you know, so maybe that's something that's going to happen, or maybe just need to wait for, you know, like a candle to close in our direction, and then we have this clean candle to retest this low, which is, you know, obviously what we look for exactly. So yeah, I think I'll see if we can get like a 15-minute candle close bearish, maybe even just wait for the 30-minute, but we'll see. But I think, you know, obviously we're talking about the stream, where if we get a pullback to 135,600 and a resistance formed, that's going to be good, you know, for price to continue down. So we'll see about the 15-minute, probably more inclined to wait for the 30-minute. But it may be something like, you know, what we saw happen the last few weeks, where, okay, this next 15-minute candle, you know, closes bullish somewhat up over here, and then we get the next 15-minute candle close back below this level, which would be the 30-minute, right? This would be the 30-minute time frame, closing bearish below 135,600. So if that happens, then I'm gonna execute a sell, because then we have a clean candle to left hand side to retest this low at 135,400. But for buys, I want to see price make a high, create some support, and then I'm going to be much more confident, you know, for price to continue up to retest this resistance at 135,900. But yeah, I'm not bothered about these 15-minute candles closing bullish, because I feel like we could, you know, really, we could see, you know, just one candle just close back below this area, 135,600, and that resistance created on the 30-minute, and then price really should continue down. So we'll keep an eye on that. Go back to Euro JPY. Euro JPY is just dropping over here, so it's pretty good. Those of you entered in on the retest. Is anybody in EJ sells?
No, mate. I literally just trade one pair. Hey.
Yeah,
Just pan
no,
in.
no, definitely. I'll only take a trade on EJ if it's something I really like. You know, it's very rare.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like once a month, I may take a trade on EJ, and it's something like I've seen happen on EJ like over and over again. It's almost like I'm not gonna want to take a loss. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I caught a good move a few weeks ago on EJ, but since then I haven't taken a trade on it. Same with gold. Gold, I only take a trade on gold if it like really makes sense. You know, something really nice. Doesn't seem to me like it's gonna dick around. That's the only time I'll take a trade on gold. But yeah, I just focus on GJ. Yeah, so I really hope that we can get like a bearish 30-minute close underneath, and then we're gonna execute a sell position. But yeah, we'll see. How many people we got here? We got 62 people. It's pretty good. So remember, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're doing a 1K at 1K. We're doing a Magic Keys giveaway. If you're new. Oh yeah, congratulations, Paul, on reaching 10K subscribers. I saw that.
Thanks, bro.
You got there in the end. Did you get it during the Asian session?
Yeah, we got up to. I think I'm at like 10,020.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we got it at like 7:30.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So the Footsie closed above this minor resistance, but it looks like it's coming to do some retracement, so probably need a support to form. Right, anyway, I think I'm going to go make a nice drink. I haven't had a drink yet this morning, so I'm going to go do that. I'll be back in 5 minutes. If anybody wants to send any charts, just post it in the YouTube chat now, and then I'll take a look when I get back. So I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Okay.
Yo, back. Oh, GJ's bearish. Okay. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if this candle closes as is, it's quite a strong candle. It's also broken the low of that previous bullish candle. So, I mean, I think a sell could be good to continue down, retest the low. But do I want to wait for the 30-minute candle to close? Let's wait. Let's see how the 15-minute closes. What target are you looking for EJ sell? I think if you're looking for sells on EJ, 121.950 probably going to be a good target. Something like that. It's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I know it broke the high, but it is rejecting this area at the same time. So, and if we look on the overall structure, I mean, you know, price is bearish. I don't want to like overcomplicate, you know. Price made a low. It did a retracement. If we get a rejection here, then you know, price can continue down. Maybe it's going to be best to wait for the 30-minute. Just maybe it's probably going to be better. Yeah, I mean, if it closes weak like this, then yeah, I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. Would you be selling into support or just testing the low? Well, it's not selling into support. It's retesting the low. Like, you know, price made a low, 135.400. Did a retracement, forming resistance, you know, for price to continue down, and then hopefully we can break this low and make a new low. Would you always wait or get in impulse as it breaks? No, I'm not trying to break. I'm not trying to sell at the low here. Not at this point now. I mean, the candle is closing very weak on the 15-minute, so I'm not gonna execute at this point. Because, you know, at this point, you know, the next 15-minute, as it's closing very weak and super weak, you know, the next 15-minute just could come up, break the high, and then it could continue moving bullish. You know, that's something that could happen. You know, because we don't necessarily know that price is going to make a resistance here to continue down, right? We don't know that. We're just anticipating that. But, I mean, looking at the candle structure, the way I see it, you know, if we see this happen a lot, I'm like, okay, well, the minute it breaks this high, it can continue up. But, yeah, I'm not going to execute buys based on that. I want to wait for this 30-minute candle to close. If this 30-minute candle closes bearish, closes, you know, somewhere around this area, then I'm going to be way more confident in taking a sell. A lot more confident. You know, but at this point, if it just runs, I mean, it's just, yeah, it is what it is, you know. Candle closed very weak. It's the 15-minute. You know, I'm not going to rely on a weak 15-minute candle to take a sell. So I'm going to wait for the 30-minute. But if we miss this move, you know, then we still have, you know, a break below 135.400 with this clean traffic, right? So there is still some waiting involved. And like I say, like, you know, I'm up for the week. You know, it's been a good week so far. I'm not gonna take any stupid trades at the end of the week. Morning, Ash. How's it going? So it looks like the Footsie is pushing bullish at the moment. So it's interesting. 15-minute candle closed weak bullish, but it closed above this minor resistance. Always oversleeping, Ash. Always oversleeping, but it's okay. We no trades here yet. So yeah, just waiting for this 30-minute candle to close. I think if it closes, you know, like a fairly good candle, then you can have a stop above the 30-minute for price to continue down. That'll also give us, you know, an opportunity for this 15-minute candle to, you know, reduce risk. You know, if it breaks the high on the 15-minute, then we always look to manage the risk. So yeah, hopefully if this 30-minute candle can close bearish, then execute a sell position.
Hey, one question, sorry.
Sure.
If you say this day when it closes below the support on the left,
What, down over here?
sorry, no, mate. Where we were, yeah, just there.
Mhm.
Could that be an extra sign if we manage to close 30-minute bearish below that?
Well, yeah, I would need it. I would need it to close below this area for me to want to take a sell, because if it closes obviously above, it would be bullish, and if it closes like at this level, then it will be a very weak candle. You know, I want to see a little bit of a healthy bearish candle, because then we start to think that, okay, there's going to be a change in market structure again. You know, so if you look at it, I look at it like this. I think this is going to be a good way of me putting it. So, you know, we have two types of trend. We have the overall market structure. So the overall market structure is a high, a lower high, so bearish. But then if you look at if you read the candles, so we had higher low, higher low, higher low, right? So this current short-term structure was bullish. So what we then say is, okay, well, if we get a break or a violation of this structure, this minor structure, then we should then respect the overall structure, which is, of course, then we need to, you know, break this low and then start to make lower highs. So if we get, you know, the 30-minute candle closing bearish, that will be the 15-minute candles now creating lower highs. So now at that point, there's a much higher chance, you know, for price to continue down, because we're now changing structure again to respect the overall market structure. Does that make sense, or is that a bit complicated?
No, mate, it was perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
Yeah. So
Appreciate that.
yeah,
Thank
no
you.
worries. So when we see these retracements, that's usually what happens, is you get this little short-term structure. Then that's why I'm like, okay, well, you know, if we break this low, then we're violating the, you know, this small structure. But then ideally we want to see, you know, candles close below 135, 600, and then there's a much higher chance. You know, it's all about probability. You know, there's a much higher probability that price is going to continue down, retest this low at that point. But we still got like 9 minutes left here. But this candle needs to close bearish. That's the rule. I have to admit though, markets are moving a bit slow today. Well, now they are anyway, since this push. So yeah, just a reminder to anybody who's new to the stream, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to be doing that 1K giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll be automatically entered in. 2-hour doji candle with long wick below. I don't look at the 2 hour. But if that's what you're looking at, then it makes sense. In fact, Will, I've just thought of something that's probably gonna really help you as well. So you know how
Yeah, mate, go ahead.
yeah, so we know talking about the candle structure, right? This is the overall trend, lower high, and then
Yep.
we spoke about the retracement on the 15-minute is, you know, smaller, you know, lower highs, and then we now get the push. So if I show you this exact example right here, same thing, same scenario, but it's different time frame and a different so basically this is the bullish market structure, right? So we see, you know, higher low, right? And then we got these higher highs. Now once we started to break below this area and now we've created the lower high over here, that's the violation of this structure, right? So then at that point we may, you know, continue down, make a lower high. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's almost like you see you're in this uptrend, and then the minute we create this lower low over here compared to over here, it's the first indication of like a change in market structure. So we're always looking for these kind of like little hints. You know, we get these hints, and you know, the first hint for let's say the move that we spoke about before the stream was a break below the support, because this was a low, right? So here was your first hint. With these cells here, our first hint was once, you know, we had a violation of this short-term bullish market structure. Now we're starting to create a bearish market structure, creating a lower high to the previous candle. So then naturally, you know, the next candle should continue moving down. So I think, you know, if this candle closes as is in 5 minutes, we're going to execute a sell. We're going to hopefully have another good day here today. We're going to call it a week, and it's going to have been a absolutely crazy week.
Cheers, mate. Sounds good.
Yeah, no worries. Hi, will you consider buys when the current 15-minute candle closes bullish above 135.660? I mean, yeah, if a 15-minute candle closes above 135.600, I think at that point, yeah, there is a much higher chance for price to continue up, because then it's creating, again, we talk about structure again, then on the 15-minute, we have this low, and then it would be creating a higher low, right? So then there's a higher chance, you know, there's small hints on the smaller time frames that price can continue up. That's very true. But I mean, I don't think that's going to happen right now. But if it did, I don't know if I'd execute, because I'd probably want to wait for like a 30-minute support to be formed. It's going to be better, but that does make complete sense. But we'll see. Because
the 1 hour doesn't really make much sense,
okay,
because it's obviously holding support, but
I think
that could just be the one candle.
Yeah, I think what's most likely what's going on right now is this 1 hour candle was a retest of this zone. And then if the 1 hour candle closes weak, you know, we talk about candle structure. If the next 1 hour candle breaks the low, then we have clean traffic. You know, this was exact entry we took the other day just based on the 30-minute, you know. We have a big bearish candle, 30-minute candle closes weak, bullish. Next one breaks the low to continue down. So now I'm looking at the 30-minute. I'm like, okay, for that to happen, you know, we need this 30-minute candle to close bearish, and then the next one should come down, break this low, and then, yeah, hopefully this isn't going to just push down in the last 3 minutes. But, I mean, if it closes, you know, somewhere up over here, 135, 550, it's going to be pretty good to execute. Because right now stops a little bit big, but we'll see. Should be okay. But the 1 hour candle, which also closes, does not look bearish. Yeah, I know the 1 hour candle doesn't look bearish, but I mean, remember the smaller time frames make up the higher time frames. So if the first 15-minute candle closes bearish, there's a higher chance for the overall 30-minute candle to close bearish. If the 30-minute candle closes bearish, there's a higher chance for the 1 hour candle to close bearish. But I know right now it's the last 30 minutes of the last of the 1 hour, but I mean, I think it's going to be okay. You know, I think this is a liquidity grab, if I'm honest, and then I think we're going to start heading down soon. But yeah, it looks like it's not going to give us an entry. Looks like the 15-minute was potentially the play. But it'd be nice if it does retrace, so we can get a decent stop loss, and then we can execute a sell. Maybe as the next candle's coming up, but I mean, we'll see. Because yeah, no, I don't think we're gonna catch this one here. Yeah, so if that 1 hour candles are weak bullish, then you know a break of this low is gonna be a much higher chance for a price to continue down. So that may just be waiting for this support to break and then, you know, trying to look for a sell there. But this was a good opportunity to sell. 15-minute was just pretty tough because it was a weak close. But yeah, you could have secured by now. So it is what it is. Yeah, see now it's breaking the low of the previous 15-minute. Should continue down. EJ. Yeah, looks like EJ did continue down over here. So pretty good. I think you're going to be good to 121.950. Gold just ranging. Yeah, looks like GJ is just going to continue dropping. So yeah, looks like we missed this move over here. But you see the idea? It made complete sense, you know? Paul, did you get in on the 15 or? I don't know if he's still there.
I was going to. It would have been 3-1 right now, but
yeah, I think it was a very weak close. That's the only concern.
Yeah, I didn't like it. If we close bearish here, if we can get a nice wake up, I think that'll be good. Because I think we're gonna break support.
Yeah, I mean this 1 hour candle looks like it's gonna close super weak. So you know, if the next candle just starts to drop.
It's a big fucking stop though.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait for. Yeah, I think there's a little bit more waiting here for me. But it's okay. Yeah, so it looks like the 30-minute candle closed bearish. So it gets tough to take a sell at this point, you know, because even on the 1 hour, like it does look good that once it just breaks this 1 hour low, we should continue down. But I mean, the stop is just humongous based on the 1 hour. So what's going to be better is to wait for this support to break and then go from there. But yeah, it looks like we missed this move. But this completely made sense, you know. Made that lower high and then continued down. Just was unfortunate. It was a weak 15-minute close. Otherwise, I would have executed. Those of you in EJ, you know, the 30-minute close strong bearish. So I think at this point, you know, it should continue down. So looking at the 15-minute, this was your second opportunity if you didn't get in, say on the retest, for sells. You know, close below this minor support. Completely made sense for price to continue down. Yeah, GJ hasn't been easy today, but at least we called this pullback to 135.600. You know, we got 72 people in the house today. It's pretty good.
I was thinking of a swing, mate. Hey, I'm not going to take it, but like you were mentioning before, since the last night, we've been making pretty much we were in a uptrend, hey, making high highs, high lows, thinking of taking a sell to try and go back down and retest 135 with stops placed above the 15, which lines up with all those hourly wicks. But I'll probably pass.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna want to swing it, what you could do is, once this support breaks, you're gonna have a much higher probability of that playing out, and less probability of you getting stopped out, and then you can just trail your stop based on like the 30 minute, something like that, and then try and really expect that push. But I think if you was gonna swing it, it would have been from up over here, because this is the point where I was like, okay, well, if I wake up and there's resistance at 135.950, then I'm selling. Because obviously, Paul, remember last night we were talking about on the 4 hour that if we wake up and there's a rejection from around this area, then it's going to be good. So we woke up and that's what it did. So it looks like this current 4 hour is just creating like a liquidity wick, and then if it can break the low of the previous 4 hour, then it has a continuation. So I think if you were going to swing it, that's something you could say, okay, well, I can look from say a 4 hour perspective to continue down, or something like that. But I think for the minute, just wait for this support to break, and then you're going to take a much more confident sell, than sitting in drawdown while we're just, because right now it's consolidating because we've got support here. There was the one opportunity to retest the low, and then now it's just a bit more waiting involved.
Yep.
Yeah. But I like the ambition. I mean, like, just maybe, let's say this current 30 minute or 1 hour creates some form of top wick and then starts to break the low. Now that also could be an opportunity where you can say, okay, well, I can keep stop above the current 1 hour, and then not be like this current 30 minute to continue down.
The only thing I didn't like, because I had the same plan, is all those on the left has been like lots of wicks, which have been coming down, yet they haven't been breaking. So I was gonna, if I do that, wait for a break. And then
probably
there.
probably gonna be better. But I was saying for like some, for me, I see this happen a lot, and if it does break this low, I think at that point it is a good chance it's gonna break it. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. So yeah, we'll just see, because we don't really know what's gonna happen yet. I keep closing early. How do I manage and not worry? 5 minute chart. You mean are you trading based off the 5 minute, or you're in say on the 30 minute but you're looking at it on the 5 minute? Like you're watching it based on the 5 minute. I think that's not going to be healthy if you're doing that, because I used to do that and it drove me mad. So yeah, let me know how you do it, and then I can yeah, same thing with gold, really, just need to wait for the support to break. Should I manage by 5 minute? I mean, what? Oh, you base it as a 15 or 30. I would just say if you're executing off the 30 minute, then reduce risk based on the 15 minute. If you're executing on the 15 minute, then you can reduce risk based off the 5 minute a little bit. But I mean, 5 minute is obviously a very weak confirmation. But I would just say looking at overall structure is going to be better from a 5 minute perspective. But yeah, you just gotta test out how you want to manage your risk. Like closing, say, only a partial position if something happens. Like, I don't know. Let's say, what's gonna be a good example? let's. Oh no, let me just draw something. It's gonna be easier. Let's say you took. Let's say you took a buy on this 30-minute candle. And you were like, okay, well, how can I reduce the risk? So this is the 30-minute. And let's say we go on the 15-minute time frame and it looks, I don't know, something like this. We have like a weak bearish candle, you know, like this. And then we have a healthy 15-minute bullish candle, you know, something like this. You know, and then you can say, okay, well, my stop loss I know is below the 30-minute, which is, you know, down over here or down over here. And then what you can say is, okay, well, if it breaks the low on the 15-minute, I can reduce my risk at that point. You know, I can take 50%, 25%, whatever you want off the plate, you know, and then at that point, you just let the rest run. And then you can also say, okay, well, if the next candle closes against me, then I might close another 50%. But if you do that, let's say it breaks the low, but then the next candle starts to drive further up, you left your other 50% running, you know, so you're going to make back that small loss and you're still going to be in profit for the day. So I would just do it. I mean, that's how I do it, and it really works for me to try and reduce risk. You know, I'm always looking to how can I reduce the risk, because we don't know whether our trade's going to win or not, but we can certainly, you know, take a smaller loss. So if you can just focus on that, then you're going to have a much better P&L. You're going to have a much better win rate, you know, because even if you take a loss in the sense that you've reduced the risk, but then it goes in your way, you know, you might just be break even for the day, but you didn't take a loss, you know, and you really managed the risk. You applied that confidence. So yeah, I would just say that. I mean, it's very rare that if I take a trade off the 15-minute, I go to the 5-minute. Okay, let's say I took a sell here. I think it's gonna be a good example. So here, let's say we took a sell right over here, and I'm like, okay, well, my stop's above the 15. How can I manage the trade based on the smaller time frames? Let's go to the 5-minute. So how I would have managed this trade is, okay, let's say the sell was executed on this 5-minute. I might be like, okay, well, if price starts to come back above this area, I may close 50% because I know my stop's over here and I don't want to, you know, get stopped out. So that's something I can do, but obviously the 5 minutes is going to be difficult because you can see, you know, it breaks highs. It's a lot harder. But if I do that, I do always look, how can I reduce the risk? So maybe that's something you can take a look into. Okay, movie has got a chart. Let's check out movie's chart. Oh no, what am I doing? Okay, so we've got GJ 30-minute, clean candle to the left. Yep, waiting for a break and retest in this area. Okay, buys above here after retest. Yeah, definitely now. Definitely at this point now, this is, if we break above this resistance, then, you know, we have clean candle to left hand side here as well. So definitely agree with that. If we look at the 1 hour now, I mean, if it does break this 1 hour low, I mean, there's a very high chance, you know, that it should continue down. So it's just broken that low.
I'm gonna head off, Harrison.
Yeah,
I took the spells. Yep, I got in at 499 on the wick, so this will be my trade for the day. I'm gonna go to bed. I will see you in the Asian session. Good luck today.
Yeah, nice.
So make sure you guys like the stream, subscribe. This dude is one of the best.
Yeah, so I executed a sell as well.
Yep, yeah, it's almost at 1.5 to 1, so I might just take that. Alright guys, have a good day.
Yep, see you. Yeah, I'm basing this trade off the 1 hour, expecting this support to break. So yeah, hopefully it can do that, but at least see the 30-minute candle, you know, close below, and then, you know, we can hold the trade at that point.
It's going to break the 4-hour low in a sec as well.
Yeah, that'll be pretty good.
Be clean.
Yeah, so my stop's currently above the current 30-minute. Obviously, this is a much riskier entry, but it should be good. So be probably my last trade for the week. I think I got slipped a tiny bit, like a pip. That's okay. But yeah, you know, if we look at the 1 hour, we see this happen all the time on the 30-minute. So should continue down. So, you know, at this point, we can maybe like look at the 15-minute, and we just want to keep seeing the 15-minute, you know, keep breaking below support, closing below. So this will be my one trade for the day. Then hopefully it can work out. But yeah, this is the, you know, this is in terms of like the trade, this is probably one of the most riskiest entries, because if you think about it, it's selling at the low, but it's an expectation of volume, you know. So it should be good. I think we're going to be pretty good. Hopefully can have another winning trade here today. Then we're going to have a good day. Probably secure at just like 9 pips, call it a day, and that will be really nice if we can get that. So yeah, probably secure, yeah, around 9 pips. Maybe even leave like a 1 lot running, see if we can get down to 135. Okay, so GJ is pushing a little bit. 15-minute candles coming to a close, so we may expect, you know, the next 15 to create like a little top wick, but that's perfectly fine. So GJ is still dropping. It's pretty good.
It's broken the 4-hour low now, hey? So
Yeah, no, I think we're gonna be good at this point. Just gotta let this next 15, you know, maybe create some form of top wick. So yeah, hopefully it's just gonna keep pushing over here, and then we can have a good day. Didn't have the time to execute. Yeah, see, I don't want to like advocate this kind of entry, because this was obviously a much more risky entry. So I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm gonna take this, yeah, because it was like, it's my plan. You know, other times we wait for confirmations, but this is just a pure impulse sell and just a pure expectation, you know, for price to continue down. So for beginners, this is not the type of entry that you want to be taking. You know, you want to really wait for those confirmations. But yeah, looks like it should continue down. Let's look at the 15-minute. Once the 15-minute starts to push, it's going to be hopefully pretty good. Probably just going to secure at like 9 pips, and then just call it a day, man. And we'd have had an absolute smashing week this week, I'll tell you. You know, if we get 4 for 4 here on the live stream, I'm going to be very pleased. Very, very pleased. Come on, GJ. We all know you just want to dive. It's screaming at us. So yeah, I'm gonna secure everything around 8-9 pips, and then just gonna call it a day. Yeah, I got slipped like a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, 1 hour time frame's clean. You know, everything's clean. So I think for a runner target, 135 would be really good. Come on, GJ, stop toying with us today, man. Let's get 4 for 4 here on the live stream. Let's do it. Yeah, maybe be even the case, you know, if the 30-minute can still, you know, close below, then the trade's still valid. Trade is still valid at that point. But yeah, like I say, for beginners, this entry style is obviously very risky, you know, so you need to take that into consideration. This kind of still got like 9 minutes left. Shouldn't you be worried the 15-minute candle does not have bottom wick? Not on this occasion. I'm not worried. You know, I'm just focusing on the 30-minute, the 1 hour time frame. We have clean candles, you know, so I think, yeah, it's okay. It's okay on this occasion. Yeah, it's probably just maybe reacting to this area here to the left hand side currently, but I think, you know, if the candle starts to push beyond that, then we're just going to start to drop. Come on, GJ, we all know you just want to tank.
I think you're good, mate.
Yeah.
Don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
I've got good vibes.
Yeah, I'm nearly can secure soon.
The 5-minute broke a low, so I reckon.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good. Probably just gonna secure like £200, something like that.
Not bad, eh?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, so hopefully this is just going to keep dropping. Ooh, nice. Yeah, ooh, we nearly got 10 pips here. Come on, GJ.
I got in at 390, so I'm up about 14 now. I've closed most of it.
Nice. Yeah, do you know what? I'm probably just going to close out, take the profit. Yep. Secured everything right over here. Wow, man. 4 for 4. What
Not bad.
a week. What a week.
Good job, boys. Love that.
Oh, it's still going. Typical, isn't it? But you know, that always seems to happen. The minute I'm like, yeah, secured everything, it's like, and now I will go.
That was pretty impressive, and knowing that there was a very difficult week as well,
Mm.
like how things are moving.
Oh yeah, this was tough, but it was perfect. It was a perfect trade. So we had 4 wins this week on the live stream. I mean, 84 people. I think that's the most we've had, so that's pretty good. So yeah, looks like we got that 4 out of 4 wins on the live stream. Wow, man. What a week. It's still going. Still going. But listen, you know, for those of you who are new traders, beginner traders, and you're like, oh man, I missed this move, you know, study this. Study how you could have caught this impulse entry. And, you know, remember, you know, so next time this happens, you're going to think, okay, well, I've seen this happen before, you know, so, you know, it does take time. I had to sit there and wait and miss these moves for ages. And it's because I'd done that, and I always thought, okay, how could I have caught that move? That I did that, and yeah. So pretty good. Yeah, so a few people caught this trade, I think. Thank you. I am 21, Ruben. Great job, thank you. Caught that sell on the break of the 15-minute gladiator candle from the retest. Nice work. So Kelsey, you've had 2 trades today, 2 winning trades.
Yeah, man, been a good day.
Smashing it. Oh wow.
Since I've started on GJ, I found it so much easier.
Oh yeah, it's been your godsend, mate.
I feel like I'm not getting stressed out all the time with it.
Yeah,
like,
GCAD's
moves
stressful.
nicely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got a runner. Just going to leave it till about 1:35:15.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be good. I closed everything. I thought, you know what, it's Thursday. Let's just get in and out. Let's call it a day. Let's take our profit, and wow. So what am I this week? I've done 700 this week.
That's the best so far, isn't it?
Mate,
Yeah,
good effort.
it's my best week of my trading career so far. You know, I
Back to back.
really humbled myself, you know, from the very beginning. I started with the very bottom lot size, and to be able to say now that I'm, you know, trading 3 lots is yeah. What lot size did you use? I know everyone is different, so I had a 3 lot running on this, so I've been trading 3 lots this week. Probably continue with that next week. But yeah, man, this is just perfect trade. Oh, Movie's got another chart for us to look at. Let's check out this chart. I have to ask, I presume Movie isn't your real first name. If that's your first name, that's pretty cool. Euro JPY 30-minute, waiting for resistance to form on the 30-minute, could come here. Yeah, I still think you're gonna need to see some form of retracement though. But yeah, resistance to form. Yeah, I think a 30-minute candle is gonna be good. Let's check out EJ actually. Yeah, it looks like it's continuing down to our target here as well, 121.950. So we called out EJ sells here today. We called out GJ sells. That's pretty much it. Looking at let's just check out what the Footsie did. Yeah, Footsie's kind of really playing around. But yeah, man, fantastic day here today. Again, you know, really can't stress enough how patience pays. You know, we missed this move over here, you know, and then I was looking at the hourly and just assessing the situation. We spoke about this being a liquidity grab. Once the hourly candle broke the low, you know, we have clean candles to the left hand side. We spoke about on the 30-minute, this 30-minute candle should create some top wick. You can use that as a stop loss, and then once it starts to break below this area, you're anticipating for price to continue down. So it was absolutely textbook, called out all prior to this happening. So yeah, pretty good day, man.
Absolute king, mate. Fucking king.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Appreciate that a lot. And if you got runners running, man, I think you're gonna be good to 135. You know, this was really something else. It really was. And we had a peak amount of streamers here today, viewers, sorry, 85. So very happy about that as well. Yeah, trust me, man, it's just such a different feeling to be able to get, you know, four live trades called out. It's really feels different. So tomorrow, it's just going to be a nice, easy day. You know, no stress. You know, we're not going to rush to take any trades. If there's one little thing that I'm like, I don't like it, I'm not going to execute. You know, we've done fantastic this week. Not going to want to take a loss on the last day of the week. So we're going to have a really, yeah, just chilled at this point, you know. So we're just gonna go again next week with that same momentum, that same energy, and we're gonna kill it again, man. We're gonna kill it every week. You know, this is what I try and preach here in the group. As you guys know, I just preach every day: patience, just be patient, you know, because it really does pay you. And it's taken me months and months and months to get to this point. So, but yeah, I think we're gonna call it a stream here soon anyway. You know, so if you guys caught these sells, please drop a like on the stream. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day here. You know, it's been a
Quality
pretty good
stuff.
day.
Cheers, Harrison.
Yeah, no worries, Kelsey.
Yeah, thanks,
Nice
mate.
one, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
thank
worries.
you,
Good
bye.
night,
Thanks,
Sergio.
guys. We'll see you all
Cheers. Bye, guys.
tomorrow. See you all tomorrow, 8:30, same time. So is that everyone in the Zoom gone?
Nah.
Nah.
Cheers, mate.
Will.
Sorry, mate. I was about to go.
Yeah,
Thanks, mate.
no worries. See you, Will. Take care, Sergio.
Yeah, you too, mate. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. So everybody on the YouTube, just last reminder, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. You know, you're going to be entered into the Magic Keys giveaway at 1K subscribers. So yeah, thank you everybody for coming to the stream. Hope you have a good day. You're right, movie is not my first name. Oh, right, okay. No, I was gonna say I've never heard someone called movie before, but yeah, pretty good. Okay. What account size you started with in the beginning to build consistency? I started with £100 account. You know, really started from the bottom, penny lots, started trading penny lots and just built my way up, deposited more and more over a few months, and then just went from there really. You know, as I was having profitable weeks, I was more confident to put more money down. So that's kind of what you gotta do. You just gotta kind of build that confidence, build that profitability, and yeah, you're gonna be good. Just remember, it takes time, and just keep persistent with it. So yeah, thanks everybody. Really appreciate everybody coming down. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day. No over trading. It's really important. So yeah, thanks everybody. 8:30 a.m. GMT tomorrow. So appreciate it. Take care. Oh, I didn't even enter the stream.